arms in the way. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Been working on getting this video arranged. The paint's dried up. Should have gotten it all settled first. I thought I had it all settled. And then, well, I remembered I needed to add an ending to my videos. Let's water down this red, this dark red. What I'm going to start doing on here, let's see. Let's go ahead and transition this to regular studio mode. If you recall, this is all supposed to be fleshy color, so I'm going to give it a complete go around with the, I need a bigger brush, I think, because I can see everything that's white. All right. Very easily. And so there's no need to use, what's this? What's a flat one? I noticed that. Oops. Where's the thing? I don't think I need a flat one. It's good for vehicles. Okay. This is a round number 1. Wet it up. I wonder if I used it before. It's very, very hard. Anyways, I am going to just a good red all over. This is watered down red, dark red. The actual, it's called heavy red. Done by Game Color. I don't think I poured out enough red there. There's a lot of crevices on this guy. Try to get into. Trying to get into all those little holes, nooks and crannies. I don't know how the lighting is. We're doing, obviously I'm too bright because the sun is coming right through the window here in front of me. I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's going to be for a board game. I'm not going to win any prizes for this. Nope. That red, sure. Game. Oh, because it's just called game. Game extra opaque. Whatever that means. Sure seems to leak a lot. There we go. And of course, there's a loud TV in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. I'm recording, so we'll find out in the post production, eh? Okay. Eventually, we'll paint everything a lighter red. Do it in layers here. I remember when I used to paint with enamel, and that was tough, especially when you only had like 5 colors. Why only 5 colors? Because that's all I could afford. I was a poor gamer. Although I did go to my parents and ask for a thing or two every once in a while. I did have them buy me a book. Even had them drive me to the next city. I wonder what she was thinking when this kid wants me to drive all the way 25 miles to another town just to buy a book so he can play a game. Man, we're talking about people that person that had to work hard every day for everything they had. But I guess they recognized something that would keep their kids away from getting in trouble. Is we would have our friends over around the kitchen table, having fun. Now, not out on the street. Guess there was that. I'd probably do the same thing for my kid. Oh, these paints are old, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. So some areas are gonna get a little darker than others, depending on how much how much I thin it out. I don't do this every day, so I'm not exactly sure how much is enough, how much is too little. Just trial and error. The more you do it, the better your judgment gets. I hope, huh? Nope. Am I going off camera here? Of course. I need to look up every so often. Make sure that what's going on is okay. Trying to avoid the little horny parts because those are supposed to be more white than flesh color. Looking pretty gruesome already. And this is, I'm painting the Aberration from Star Saga. While this guy is drying, I'm going to be working on the other bad guys known as the plague victims. And they're going to get the same fleshy treatment here. I have played the first scenario, the introductory scenario, so I got a good idea of how it goes. It's pretty much a skirmish game, really. I'm sure other scenarios there'll be things where you have, well, there are situations where you have to try to do some electronic hacking. But again, it comes down to a die roll and the skill level of the character that's making the roll, the attempt. I think because this paint is so old that tends to dry quickly unless I put some thin it out some. Try not to touch the wet parts, although the first parts that I painted are already seem to be dry. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna run out here. Yep, running out here. Gonna need another squirt. Yeah, I need another squirt. Well, I need another squirt anyway because of the play victims are gonna get the same treatment. Where are we? In here somewhere. Oh yeah. Still got to do the area around his collar. There are some areas, some little crevices that haven't gotten any paint here. Really hard to get in there, although having this pointy tip helps. All right. What I need to do is color area. The point is not to get one solid color. You want the variation. Because things that are alive aren't one solid color. You know, even things that aren't alive. If you look at a wall long enough, you'll see that the color isn't once, you know, there's variations of the color. Just because the brush it wasn't passed through enough times or various times. Oh, I believe his face is let's see. Oh, put the book away. All right. Let's see if I can bring up add an image. What is this? Aberration. A, B. ERR. Okay. Where did I put it? In the pictures? Yeah, Star Saga. Put in the good one. All right. That's the guy we're trying to paint here. Oh yeah, his face is kind of pinkish, isn't it? Take the computer. I can get a better look. Oh yeah, his face is definitely. His teeth are obviously not fleshy, but his face is. I should have done his face white. Oh well. That just means his face is going to be a little darker than everything else. All right. All right. Whoa, whoa. There you go. All right. There you go. There's a lot of little holes there. All right. I think we need to put them aside. Wow. Oh, let me paint the parts that I think I rubbed off. Or they just got a lighter touch there. Oh, I missed a little spot there. Some spots in here that I missed. Either that or they look a little light. All right. Okay. That might do it. All right. Ah, need a holder for him. Oops. Almost put the brush in my coffee. All right, where are these other guys? Oh, he's right here in front of me. The plague victim. Oh, let's check it out. Let's replace him with something else here. The plague victim. Oh, there he is. This is a really horrible picture of him. But, oh. Oh, it's a very small picture. Now, I also have the card here in front of me. So, it looks like he's wearing a vest. It really does. When you look at his, it's like almost integrated with his muscles. I wonder what the color of the tubes are on the back. Anyway, we'll leave that. Oh, it's a little bright there, isn't it? Better get going here before the paint dries out. I don't know what color these tubes are supposed to be. I haven't seen any pictures of him in the back. Oh, I should have used a smaller brush, but no, that's all right. This will work. I don't need to be as careful since this isn't real detail painting, so to speak. Just need to get it on there in fairly large amounts. Still have the problem of there being a lot of crevices fill in. All right. I have a friend that painted up the Conan game. The whole shebang. And during COVID, since he had to stay in anyway. Although he doesn't get out very much because of his immune system. So, I suppose he could still be. Yeah, it sort of looks like a piece of vest that's hanging off of there. All right. And again, the idea is not necessarily to give it a full coverage, just, well, you do want to get covered, but not to the point where it's one solid color. And this being opaque, I don't think we're going to get a solid color anyway. I don't think I've ever used this one. Wow. All right. This one down. If I can grab his head. If I can grab him without, oops, without touching the painted parts. Oh, there we go. Let's keep this brush wet. Grab another guy. Okay. Oops. I bent him. Oh, that's right. Need to. Oh man, almost bent his legs off. Okay, so let's do all white. We know what areas we want white now. Yeah, these miniatures are a little rubbery, so they have a tendency to bend a lot more than than the harder plastic miniatures. So we need to go with white, or that fair skin we were using, and then we'll transition over to this red. Although that red is going to dry on me. Oh, you know what? If I can get some water in there. Oh. There we go. Nice big drop. Keep it all wet and moist. Bring out the fair skin. I guess I should shake it a little bit. I don't know if it has a rattle in there or not. That's the thing today, is to put little rattles in there to help shake up the paint really well. A lot easier and well, both. Okay. All right. Let's just go for it. Just going for it. He's holding something in his hand or something. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It looks like he's holding something in his hand. Maybe not. It's just a big claw. I want to paint his hair. I'll paint his whole head. It looks like he has a different kind of back situation going here. Sorry about that. Gotta pay attention to where I got the camera and where I don't. Okay, painting his hands now. The details might be too small for you to see. I'll call it out. Still painting the inside of his hand. Can't really see it from the front. Okay, doing his foot. His left foot. Oh, I'm gonna do this side of the foot. Okay, inside of the left foot. And those inside portions are a lot harder. Okay, right foot. Inside of the right foot. Heel. All right. We're done on this guy. He has some kind of vest in front of him, which is kind of weird. All right. Let's see if I can get him off without touching the paint. There we go. Too bad. All right. Let's wash this. Make sure the paint doesn't get stuck in the bristles. Because if you don't water it, clean it off every so often, paint will slowly work its way down toward the, what's it called? The fairing? Bearing? Something like that. Oh, I forgot the technical term. The ring? I have to look it up. The ferrule. That's what it's called. The ferrule. Yes, people have thought long and hard about what to call things. Got to give everything a name. Oops. Painted that wrist thing he had. Wasn't really trying to. But that's all right. It'll still look good. You know, don't beat yourself over. It's a little overwash. As long as you can fix it a little later with some more detailing strokes. Oops, I did it again. Okay, doing his upper arm. Upper arm. What the heck is in there? I think there's a little extra. Left arm, fingers, hand. Let's do the inside of his hand. Okay. Let's work on his face a little. All right. Oops. That was a little too watery, but that's all right. I don't think it'll harm anything. This is part of his upper arm there. I'm going to assume underneath his arm is open a little bit. All right. This one looks like he has less armor on his back. So I'm going to do his lower back. Like so. All right. Oh, feet. Gotta do the feet. Right foot. Inside of the foot. Oh, I realize I splashed the bottom of the base there next to his hand so much. I wasn't being very careful, was I? Another pale face. Okay. Ah, losing it, losing it. Ah. All right, got a little white on me. This is a leaner. I bent him a little bit. I tried to straighten him out with some hot water, but that's really hard to do. Okay, I'm gonna start with his feet this time. A lot easier to get to when the feet are up all the way to the ankles. Oops. A little piece of plastic there. Need to pinch it off somehow. Oh well. Maybe I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. I'll just say it's a piece of flesh coming off. It's there on purpose. All right. Should have cleaned up the flash a little bit on this one. Oh well. Let's just press on. Press on. Press on. Got a little heavy there on the paint. Let's water it down a little. And take some of that paint away. All right. Clean that up a little bit. It's kind of like the first guy. The sides are kind of open. These tubes running out of them in the back. Sometimes you think you got the whole thing and then you turn it around. You see all kinds of spots that you missed. I don't know if he has a shoulder pad or not. It doesn't look like it. All right. Need to hold it a little bit more steady here. It's starting to shake. So if you start to shake, just rest your hand or whatever your holder to the table so it doesn't shake so much. Might be your hands getting tired. Give your hand a little bit of a rest. He does have a shoulder pad on this side. Yeah. I'm trying to paint these fast, and it's taking me a while, isn't it? No, it just goes to show you. Sometimes things that seem easy aren't. Maybe you should pay people for their time, huh? What they're worth. You know, something that looks seems so easy sometimes isn't. Right. Give his front chest plate here some color, even though, since I know what that is. All right. That's 4, right? Okay. Well, let's go back to this guy. Put some red on him. And let's flush this out a little bit. One thing you can do to speed up the painting process is to have a fan or a little heater or lamp that gets warm. All right. Okay. Looks good. Lower back. These back muscles here, upper back muscles. Arm. Right, got some little over painting there. All right. Just leave it alone. It'll give variation for whatever color we put on that one. Okay, doing the inside of his hand, left hand, and the little fingers. Trying to get all around the fingers. All right. Let's see, left foot. All right. Remember, these are plague victims, so they're gonna. We got it's almost the idea is almost like they're starting to lose their flesh, their skin, not their flesh. Starting to lose their skin, and you're starting to see the flesh underneath. So you know, almost like see their veins and their muscles coming through. Did I paint his? No, he had a helmet. The other one had a helmet. All right. Okay. Don't want to get too much red in his hair because obviously he doesn't have a. Well, he might have red hair, but no, I'm not going to do anybody with red hair. Okay, this is the next guy. This should be dry. Just dip our brush, make sure we get it nice and wet. Some of the water off. Okay. Yeah, these guys are dry. Paint's a little too thin. That arm came out a little thin. Okay, do the inside of his hand. Palm of his hand, that is. All the little fingers. I'm pretty sure you can't see it from there, but all right, let's do the other arm. Has like a claw hand here. Something. I thought he was carrying something, but just real claw-like. It's growing into something unrecognizable as a hand. I'm supposing. To his lower back. Okay, like I said, make sure you turn the model around so that look for those spots that you missed or that you just didn't notice. By highlighting it with that white color, I can see the areas that I need to get into more easily. If it was all black, I'd have a tough time. All right. This arm didn't come out so well. So it's too thin, so I'm gonna put a little bit more on there. Might mess it up. One of the problems with going back and trying to paint over something you painted just freshly is that it'll ball up or goober up. That's a technical term, goober up. Okay, right foot. All right. It has a lot more armor than the other ones. Seems like. What do you think? Is that flesh or armor? Let's make it a little bit more fleshy. There we go. All right. You'll notice there's some white spots, but that's where I got carried away with the white. Ah, this is the hard part. And normally, people that do a lot of painting or multiple miniatures, they usually have multiple holders. Okay, I'm gonna dip it in here. Keep the brush from piling up with paint in between the bristles. Because it will. I have some, I didn't know about, well, I learned the hard way by just, when I was younger, just painting and painting and not bothering to thin it out or clean the brush enough times. And eventually I got brushes, they're all gunked up all the way to the ferrule. Just because I didn't know better. Didn't know that you need to clean the brush as you paint along. I usually only clean the brush between different colors of paints. I, which, but it would take me a long time to paint miniatures because I was trying to be super careful. Well, you kind of had to be super careful when you're painting with enamels on miniatures because so small, unless you wanted to do a really bad job. And I was trying to do a real good job. But even so, I mean, my miniatures, my old miniatures are really basic colors because I didn't have too many colors, as I mentioned earlier. So they all have very basic coloring. I did try to mix my paints, but the problem with that is you don't mix enough. You run out and then you're trying to do some matching. You got to mix some more, and then you have to try to match the tint that you came up with. I'm running out of this red. Oops. Getting it on his vest now. Put it on his armor. Oh well. I'm gonna just have to put another dot down. Gunk, paint gunk builds up around the nozzle. You gotta be careful when you're pouring out more paint. Right, and clean it after you squeeze it out. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of it on the end. All right. All right. Some areas got it really light because I was running out of paint. So now I'm going back, trying to get those areas without gunking it up. Sometimes it's nearly impossible. Okay. Oh well. All right. And then there's this stretch in between these hoses that are running down his back. got it. I think that'll do it, Charlie. Did I do his face? All right. This guy's a lot easier to grab. Let's see. Most of these guys have black hair. I suppose I can make some of them blonde. Well, there's 2 of them with hair and 2 of them with helmets. Let's check this guy out. See if we can want to highlight any. Oh, I missed a spot right in there of red. I mean, wouldn't have hurt anything, but okay. I'm gonna cover some of the paint some of the areas that stick out. It should be a little brighter color. Where I want it to be more reddish, brighter red. There's some areas here that I don't want the white to like shout out at me. It looks pretty good anyway, the way it is. Oh, what? I forgot to do some areas here between the armor. So, okay. And more in between the armor areas. There you go. Good. Think that'll work. All right. Think that's long enough. How long has this been? Oh, too long. An hour. Okay. That'll do it for now. Got 5 minis halfway there. I think. We'll see. All right. Fish Tiger out. See you on the next video. Let's see. How do we do this? We need the